Hi, Miss Paula. Hello, Philadelphia. My name is Cynthia Mahalik, and welcome back to my kitchen here in beautiful Newport News, Virginia. I cannot believe it is already week 6, appetizer week again, and have I got an appetizer for you. To make our Scorpios, I'm going to start with the main ingredient, which are medium to large size shrimp. And the reason why I'm calling this recipe Scorpios is because I'll butterfly the shrimp, and then we're going to invert them over so it kind of resembles that really cute shape of a Scorpio. I've also added crawfish tails to this recipe, truly delicious, and I was really lucky today because my fish guy had fresh crawfish in. If you can't find fresh crawfish, by all means substitute the frozen tails that are readily available now. If you can't find that, then absolutely substitute crab for the crawfish in this recipe. In addition, I'm so excited because Philadelphia cream cheese acts as a wonderful, wonderful base to the filling recipe, and I've chosen to use the chive and onion flavor because it just adds immediate layers and works so well in this recipe. We're also going to put in a little bit of lemon juice because it works great with the seafood. And then we'll add some fresh herbs, some chopped parsley, some chopped scallions. Also going to dice up a shallot, saute that in a little bit of butter, clean some of these crawfish, and we're going to come back to make the filling. Side note, by the way, any single guys out there? Yeah, this is my idea of the perfect bouquet. So, okay, just a little bit of a side note. I'll be back. So on my stovetop in my pan, I have 1 tablespoon of butter, which I'm melting. I am adding 1 full shallot, which is about 2 tablespoons. Perfect. And we're just going to saute this. I'm also going to add a full tablespoon of chopped scallion. Adds lots of color and tons of flavor. So we're just going to let that go a little bit. I'm going to add a tiny bit of salt, add salt to taste, and a little bit of cracked fresh pepper, also to taste. In front of me I have our beautiful shallot and scallion mixture that we sauteed with butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, just really lightly, 2-3 minutes tops. And we're going to add that to our cream cheese. I have 8 ounces of Philadelphia chive and onion cream cheese, and it's such a wonderful base for this filling. You can see the chives in here, which definitely adds color. We are going to add our shallot and our scallion saute to this, which is going to add just additional layers of flavor. So I have our 4 ounces of crawfish tails, and we are just going to coarsely chop these up. And we're going to add this to our cream cheese mixture. Excellent. We're also going to chop up some fresh parsley leaves. I just like to roll them a little bit and just to easily run my knife through. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's bring it all together, and we're going to add that into our bowl as well. Oh, the colors are just stunning. All right. Then we just want to mix this together. Add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. That's about 1. That's a good 2 tablespoons. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. Okay. And then we are just going to mix that up. Okay, all mixed up. And what I like to do is I like to just take it just as is, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator while we're working on cleaning our shrimp. So we'll be right back to clean our shrimp. So in front of me I have 24 shrimp, and I've just been peeling off the shell up until like the last segment just before the tail, because it really does act as this beautiful little handle for our finished hors d'oeuvre. Perfect. So we just discard the shell, and then you definitely want to clean the shrimp. So I'm just cutting it really at the top, and if there's dirt in it, I'm just going to take it out just a little bit. These are generally pretty clean shrimp here. But here we go. Okay, excellent. And then what we're doing is we're making this just this little foot. So as you can see, can you see? Here we go. And then this is really the shape that we're looking for. So in front of me I have our 24 shrimp. They're beautifully clean, gorgeously butterfly. To that we're going to add a couple of drops of olive oil, a couple of grinds of black pepper, gorgeous, and a little bit of salt. Don't need a lot, you just want to bring out the flavor just a little bit. And then I'm going to add just a bit of acid with some lemon. Okay, we're going to mix that all up. And then we're going to start to assemble this. I'm going to go set our oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to grab our filling and let's get going. I'm ready for some appetizers. So our oven is set to 400 degrees and I want to prepare our Scorpios for baking now. This gets to be the exciting part. I don't know that I've ever seen this before, but I keep a block of Philadelphia cream cheese in the freezer. And it's something that I use on a potato. It's something that you can hear, listen. It's as hard as a brick, and I use this like I would use a block of Parmesan or any type of hard cheese. I get my grater and I just give this a grate. And you can see how wonderfully the Philadelphia just grates, and I'm going to show you how I use this for our shrimp. So I just take a piece of parchment paper and I completely line the parchment paper with the grated ice crystalled Philadelphia cream cheese, and it's so light, it's really airy. Like I said, I use this on a potato, I've used this on rice, definitely on pasta, just for that extra bit of creaminess, like I would use any kind of cheese. So I really hope people start doing that. It's really great. For this recipe, however, what I'm using this for is as a little bit of a cushion and definitely for flavor on the underside of our butterflied shrimp. So I take our shrimp and I just dip it into the Philadelphia, and then I start to line our baking sheet with it, making sure that we keep that beautiful little Scorpio shape. Okay, so we just have our last shrimp. We are going to put this tray in the oven at 400 degrees for about 3 minutes. And what we want to do is we just want the top part to start to turn pink, and then we want the underside right in here to begin to cook, because what we're going to do is we're going to fill that with our stuffing. So I'm going to put this in the oven now and we'll be back to take them out. So here we are after 3 minutes exactly. You could still feel the heat coming off the pan, so these are really still cooking. But our little tips of the tails are definitely pink, which is exactly what we want to see. But this, if you really look closely, you can see that these still are not fully cooked. So this is exactly the time that we take our beautiful, beautiful crawfish mixture, and I use a little tiny melon ball or scooper. And what you do is you just lift the tail just a little bit, and you can see it's starting to bake within place here. And then I just give this a scoop right underneath and wrap the tail right on top of it again. These are going to go back into the oven for another 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll be back to see the final product. So here is our final Scorpio. It just makes such an impression, a true wow factor. We have our filling with our wonderful chive and onion Philadelphia cream cheese mixed with crawfish, oh my goodness, fresh herbs, and all surrounded by a truly succulent shrimp. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been so much fun. These Scorpios are absolutely adorable. They have their own little handle, so easy to eat, really, really decadent and delicious. I very much hope that you try this. I just know you're going to love it. You're going to have to give your guests not only a napkin but a tissue because they're just so beautiful. And I'll see you soon.